And who do you think you are? Oh, I'm just Josh, and yeah, of course I know who you are. I feel like every time I see you, you grow another 6 inches. Look at you, so tall up there. You're taller than me now. But just because you're so tall doesn't mean I can't squish your cheeks a little bit. You've got the family cheeks. It's a family practice, you know. We've all got to squish each other's cheeks at least once every get together. How's it feel being so big up there? You know, sometimes I still think that if I give myself a couple more years and a good glass of milk every day, I could reach that kind of height. But the more years pass, the more I grow doubtful. Oh, your arms are so skinny. Look at those arms. Oh my goodness. You've gotten so tall, but you've gotten so thin. Look at those. Look at those. How do you do it? How can it be so strong without any meat on those bones, huh? Here, I made some samosas for the party. There's only 2 left, so I feel like a lot of people are really enjoying them. There's one for me and one for you, okay? So there you go. And I'll take the other one. Let's see. This is my first time actually trying them, so I hope they taste okay. You know, I think I just about put too much flavor in those. How do you like yours? Oh, you should finish it. Finish it. Go on. Yep. Just keep chewing that. Very good. I'm so glad you like them. Well, there's still half of mine left in case you want another one. I'm very sensitive to flavor, you know. I always make things for the rest of the family's tastes rather than my own. I'm just so sensitive. You know, whenever you were a little tiny baby, I used to get big sweet potatoes and I would put them in the microwave. Microwaves were so new back then. They still feel so new to me now. I would take these big old sweet potatoes and I would put them in the microwave. And then I would take them out and cut them into little tiny little cubes. And then I would take those cubes and I would squish them in my fingers just like this. Squish, 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 squish. And then I would put them right into your mouth. That was before your parents got divorced. That was such a nice time for the family. I would take those little tiny sweet potatoes and I would watch your cheeks, your little cheeks. They get so big while you chewed. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop squishing your little cheeks. Squishing your little cheeks. Would you like a back rub? No? Okay, that's fine. Well, I think you have a problem. Do you know what it is? Nope, it's not that. No, don't be silly. Don't be silly. What do you think your problem is? Huh? It's these bangs you've got. Look at these bangs. Look at these big long bangs covering your face. I can hardly see your eyes, your beautiful family eyes. You know I love your eyes. Everyone loves your eyes. They're the prettiest eyes of the whole family. They also look like everyone else's. We all have such beautiful eyes, and you do too, and you're covering them all up with your bangs. We've got to get those out of the way. We've got to get those bangs out of the way, okay? I just can't help but want to see your pretty face. You know what I used to do when you were a little kid? I would put a little headband on you. Do you remember this guy? Oh, you used to love elephants. They were your favorite animal because they were gray, just like the sky. That was after your parents got divorced. There you go. Now your bangs are out I can see those pretty eyes of yours. Look at those. You know, I can see a lot of your spirit in your eyes. I really can. I can see the ghosts of your past. I think I can see your guardian angel too. You're being looked after from above, you know that? You're never gonna be alone. Okay? Okay. Oh, those big squishy cheeks, they're so cute. They're so cute. So, I want to hear all about it. Tell me everything that's going on in your life. How is your living situation? Who is your best friend? What are your successes? What are your failures? Can I help with anything? I have a lot of crystals, if you ever need a crystal. I also still have my apple orchard, so I have a whole little basket of apples here. You're never gonna go hungry as long as I'm in your life, okay, hun? Because we have the fattest apples from any orchard. I've only seen apples this big from supermarkets. You know, most people who have backyard orchards, they don't got apples this big. Our land is holy, I'm convinced. We've got some good apples. Sometimes, because our garden is organic, there are some worms and other little critters inside of the apple. But I think if you tap on the apple right in your ear, you can kind of hear whether or not there's a little worm in there. Can you hear? Listen. Well, this is what it sounds like when there's no worm. Can you hear that? No worm apple. What a sweet little sound. So, if you ever need apples from the orchard, you just give me a ring, okay? I'm always looking out for you, hun, okay? Okay, I'll take any excuse I can get to squeeze those little cheeks for ya. To squeeze those little cheeks for my little alien. Oh, elephant. Sorry. Aliens have been on my mind a lot lately, you know. I think there's some aliens among us. Have you seen the news? I think there's some aliens among us. But I think you can only really see them depending on whether or not, you know, the vaccine. Did you do the vaccine? Oh, well, you know what? I will tell you if I see anything, alright? You're gonna be just perfectly safe here. I've never even had the rubella vaccine, so I've got the clearest eyesight of us all. Squeeze in those little cheeks of yours. Squeeze in those little chubby cheeks. So cute, so sweet. One day, whenever you get really, really old, like Uncle Randy, you might lose some of the luster of those cheeks. I haven't gotten quite there yet, but you've seen how they get when they get older, you know. Some of the skin starts to get hollow into the cheeks. So you've really got to make the most of those cheeks while you have them. Okay? You've really gotta. Whenever you start dating, have you started dating? Oh, you're so old. Really? Already? Wow. Well, when you're dating around, I just want to make sure that you're with someone who squeezes your cheeks every once in a while, okay? Because they're so special. Just like those eyes of yours. They're so special. And you need to be with someone who appreciates those cheeks of yours. Okay? Don't let anyone talk smack about those little cheeks. And certainly don't let anyone take them for granted. Okay? Okay. That's my little chipmunk. That's my little chipmunk. My strong chipmunk, huh? With those big, tall shoulders you've got now. Way up there. Way up there. I remember when I could hold you in my arms. I could have held you with one arm if I wanted, but that was dangerous. Once I went around holding you by the foot, because I think that you thought it was fun, but your mama didn't like that too much. She said, no, 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 no. The baby needs to have head support. We have skeletons, and you turned out great, didn't ya? Then again, maybe that was because she stopped me. Your mom's always been great at getting me out of trouble, but now that I'm an adult, I can get into just about as much trouble as I want to. You know, have you ever tried kombucha? Kombucha? It's a fermented sort of sparkly drink. It usually has tea inside of it. Kombucha. It's very exotic. I've been drinking it lately, and it just gives me so much energy. It just gives me so much energy when I drink my kombucha. I think you should give it a shot. Do you want to give some of it a shot? Just a little quick treat. A little quick treat to try, taste. A little morsel wouldn't hurt of some kombucha. That's the right choice right there. Okay. There you go, kiddo. Oh, sorry. There you go, adulto. Drink up, drink up. Now, that does have a spicy little kick to it, doesn't it? And that'll just help you run around the rooms for the rest of this little family reunion without having to worry about your energy depleting, you know? I know it's sometimes, for me at least, sometimes it's very hard to speak so quietly, to remember to speak quietly and whisper while the baby's sleeping. Oh, look at your little cousin. Just look at them. Oh God, they're so cute. You can see those big old little cheeks just starting to form there. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. It's really hard sometimes to remember to stay quiet, and you'd think that the kombucha would make you forget even more to stay quiet because it gives you so much energy. But that's not actually what happens. What happens is your mind becomes more alert. Your mind becomes more aware. You become more careful and accurate and precise. And so because of that, it's actually much easier to have an engaging, good conversation like this, while also remembering to keep my voice low for the little baby over there. Don't you just want to wiggle their toes? Oh, I remember when I wiggled your little baby toes, your feet were just this big. Can you imagine having feet this big on a big old tall body like yours? Can you imagine? They were this big, but of course you were many feet shorter than you are now. Oh. Hey, what is it, kiddo? You getting kind of sleepy over there? I just gave you some kombucha. You look like you're about to pass out. Am I exhausting you with my jabbermouth? Sometimes your sister says that I exhaust people with my jabbermouth. A little bit. Well, that's reasonable. I've gotten that consistent feedback for most of my life. It doesn't make me stop jabbering, though. Whenever I run out of people to jabber onto, I just start jabbering to myself, which it's not quite as good as getting that feedback from someone else, but it's probably like 40% as good, which is pretty good, The sun and the moon and the stars don't always make faces and say yes while you're talking to them, but they sure will keep shining, and sometimes that's enough for me. Anyway, do you think you want to take a little sit down, a little break? Well, we're in the nap room, so now is as good a place as any. Everyone's being really quiet in here, so if you'd like, I can give you a little head massage, and you can just drift off. That's what I used to do when you were little. You would sit down on the couch after a long day of running around with the cousins. That was when your parents were still together. And, you had so much fun at that age, just running around. And then you would just wear yourself out, especially after all that big Thanksgiving Day food. And you would sit on the couch, and here's exactly what I would do. I would brush your hair forward, all so it was in front of your face, just like that. And then I would brush it back, 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 back. And then, once I started seeing your eyes get a little bit sleepy, a little bit cozy, and the energy would kind of start leaving your body, you would relax into that soft couch. I would start brushing it forward again. Brush, 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 brush. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Right on the sides of your little head. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Brush, brush. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Scratchy, scratchy, comb me. Scratchy, scratchy, comb. Your mama would get so annoyed at me because I would just mess up your hair so bad before that evening church. But I didn't care. I think kids get to have messy hair at church personally. I have messy hair at church all the time, and I'm, getting to be not a kid anymore, some people would say. I think it depends on exactly how you decide to quantify age. But that's a whole different discussion. I'm gonna try not to jabbermouth at you, okay? I'm gonna try not to jabbermouth. I'll just give you a little scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. When you close your eyes like that, you still just look like that little kid to me. Oh, so full of life, so full of song, so full of apples and sweet potatoes and always talking about elephants and how big and gray they were, which they certainly are. big and gray. And apples are certainly sweet. And sweet potatoes are potatoes at the end of the day. And you know what you are at the end of the day? You're a member of our family. And I know that because of these cheeks you got here. These beautiful, round, squeezable cheeks. And those lovely eyes you got. Alright. Those lovely eyes. Little cheeks, pretty eyes. Even when they're closed. Yup. You can just go to sleep here, alright? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.